Wakanda Forever. Hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly announced Hot Toys Black Panther. So this is a 1/6 scale figure. It's obviously just labeled Black Panther at the moment. It's obviously from the movie Wakanda Forever. This looks good. Now we're going to talk about this. I just want to really quickly touch on this. I actually don't own a Black Panther figure. I did own a Black Panther figure from the Solo movie, but like I really liked the light up function that it came with, but it just didn't fit in the detail, and I thought because I wasn't using it, it was a bit of a waste. And I figured they'd probably do one for Endgame. I was wrong about that obviously, but now they've done one for the Civil War one. They reissued it. I can't remember, was it? Yeah, was it the recent reissue? I think it was from Civil War, but they've done a recent reissue of it. So that one I'm probably going to pick up. This one I actually like more, but for me, something kind of has to be a triple threat. I have to like the character, I have to like the source material, and I have to like that version of the character. So do I like the character Black Panther? Yes. Did I like the source material? Yeah, I haven't read the comic books, but I did like his introduction in Civil War. I really liked the solo film. And I liked, his role that he played in Infinity War and Endgame. And obviously, massive respect for Chadwick Boseman. I think I'm more of a Chadwick Boseman fan than a Black Panther fan, to be honest. Because just the way he conducted himself and the way he carried himself, and no one knew he was sick, and all the stories you hear about him, he seemed like an actual, genuine, real-life hero. And the way he visited kids and stuff like that who were also sick, and just seemed like not all heroes wear capes, which is kind of a touching way of looking at it. So for me, I'm going to give my thoughts on this particular figure, but for me it depends on the source material. I'm a bit nervous about Wakanda Forever, to be honest, because since basically No Way Home, I've not really enjoyed any of the MCU movies. I liked aspects of Shang-Chi. I didn't like the Multiverse of Madness. I didn't like Thor, Love and Thunder. I didn't like the Eternals. So Endgame was fantastic, obviously, and a lot of the movies from Phase 1, 2, and 3. Now, they had their duds. They definitely had their duds. But recently, yeah, they're not on the right track, and we need something big to get the MCU back on track, because maybe they're just setting things up, and that's explaining why the quality hasn't been there. There's a lot of pressure on this movie, a massive amount of pressure on this movie, because the Civil War was good, the character's introduction, the solo film was good, and now people are expecting this to be good, and it's so unfortunate and very sad that obviously Chadwick Boseman is no longer with us. And I think choosing not to recast him was the right move. So it begs the question, who is the new Black Panther? Now, I am aware, although I haven't read the original source material from the comic books, I'm aware that there is a comic book line where Shuri takes up the mantle of Black Panther. So that could totally work. Maybe this is Shuri. But I think that seems a bit too obvious. For my best guess is that there are multiple versions of Black Panther, or maybe multiple people take up the mantle of Black Panther in this movie, personally. So we don't know who this is, and obviously what I think is not a spoiler because it hasn't happened yet and I haven't seen the movie, but I will be seeing the movie this Friday. I'm really looking forward to it. So hopefully it'll be good to obviously honour the legacy of Chadwick Boseman, and for the MCU fans to get it back on track, and obviously for the diehard Black Panther fans. But look, we're here to talk about the figures. That's exactly what we're going to do. First impressions, this looks really good. And it looks a bit different to previous versions. I know the Civil War version is the one which I'm going to pick up now. I think there's a bit more going on in that suit. I really liked the solo film. I actually preferred the solo film suit better. However, only when it was kind of lit up with a bit of the backlight to reveal the stitching and those unique, like the kinetic energy power that obviously the suit is designed to absorb kinetic energy and then redistribute it at his will. And I thought that was a really nice touch in the film, and I thought Hot Toys did great. It was really innovative with the backlight technology, but sadly not fitting inside the detail from them. I didn't want to mess around with the USB and stuff like that, so I did sell it. And I think the Civil War one, hopefully they'll adjust the head sculpt on that to make it a bit more like Chadwick Boseman. Hopefully they don't just give us the same head sculpt, because I don't think it's a particularly bad head sculpt, but it's definitely not. They could definitely do better, so hopefully they'll adjust that, and I'll be happy with that. Now this here, I actually think, even though this is clearly a female body, I actually think the design of this with the combination of the black and the silver it's nicer design, a more eye-catching design than the Civil War version or the version we got in the Solo movie. I think the physique, it looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful. Clearly a female physique. It's very, very different. I really like the black and the gold and the silver. I like that they're giving us this. Now, part of me thinks maybe this is Okoye. Maybe it's one of the Dora Milaje because of this staff or spear. Don't they typically use them? It's kind of like their weapon of choice. I assume it's a spear or a staff. I'm not sure what the exact name is. If you know, let me know the exact name of this weapon in the comment section down below. So liking the physique, I think the proportions look very good, the claws look good. I think the trump card for me though is that combination of, it's almost like a metallic gold and metallic silver. This here obviously has people thinking that it's Shuri. Again, not a spoiler because I don't know, we don't know. It almost seems a bit too obvious to be Shuri though, because we have this and we it's just with the way that the trailers, they do kind of suggest it's Shuri, let's be honest. But maybe it is in part of the movie, and there maybe M'Baku gets the role as well. Maybe Okoye gets the role of Black Panther. Maybe they share it because they are marketing the kind of in the trailer, show them who we are. So maybe it's a tribal thing and they share the role, or there's multiple versions. I mean, let's face it, you're throwing multiverse now into the MCU, you can pretty much do anything you want. Pretty cool pose. I think the proportions are good here. Joe, the waist and even like the thighs and the way it is, like they've captured that kind of an athletic, feminine, beautiful physique. I think it's very well done. I really like the eyes as well, that are kind of silver. I'm just trying to think, will it be a triple threat? Like, I like the character Black Panther. I wouldn't say it goes far as saying I love the character Black Panther. I did like the source material, and I did like the character, and I did like the source material. I thought the movie was very, very good. I think Michael B. Jordan, though, for me, is the best thing about the movie, and the villain. He was so, the way he acted that role and the backstory, it seemed really, you could see why he's kind of really, really annoyed and driven to do what he did. The suit's definitely going to create a bit of bunching. It kind of reminds me of previous other Black Panther suits. I do think you're going to be very strategic about how you pose this, and if you're leaving it in really dynamic poses over time, you're going to get those stretches, wrinkles, maybe even tears. It looks very clean and smooth though. I like that. Like this will look good in a character pose, I think, with the spear. Actually, the Black Panther I had posed like this for a while, and it was actually fine. It bounced back pretty good when I took it out of this pose. Sometimes I had it with the Boseman head sculpt exposed and holding the Black Panther mask, and then with the spear in the hand as well. So I'm just thinking, like, just tying back to the chat I had with Lael. I did a lesson, as Lael calls it, on how to prioritize your collection. If you haven't checked it out, go to 1/6 scale man after watching this video and watch Collector's Lounge. I think it's about like maybe 45 minutes in. Basically outline how to prioritize your collection with this, this climate. There's inflation, things are getting more expensive. People have less money and stuff like that because of fuel, groceries, all the costs are going up, and so are hot toys. So for me, it comes down to if it's a triple threat. Like I mentioned a million times before, do I love the character? Do I love the source material? And do I love the... it's basically, do I like the character, the source material, and that version of the character? So if I was to go through like this, do I like the character? Yes. Did I like the source material, Civil War, and Black Panther? Yeah, I did, but I have to be specific about Wakanda Forever. I can't answer that question yet because I haven't seen the movie yet. So, do I like the character? Yes. Do I like the source material? I haven't seen it yet. I'll know more on Friday. I might do a second video after this, depending on how that goes. And do I like this version? I do like this version. I have to say straight off the bat, I think it's kind of cool, the female physique. It almost works... Sorry, alarm going off. It almost works better, this particular suit, on a female physique. The spear looks cool. It's got like a sword at one end and everything. The claws, the combination, even the texture on the non-gold or silver parts looks quite good. I'm really excited to see this film. I'm positive, but at the same time I'm a bit like, the MCU, there's been a few duds there. I just hope they nail it for, the MCU fans, the Black Panther fans, the Marvel fans, film fans in general. It could be, like, I hope it lives up to the hype, because there's massive pressure on this particular movie. And obviously, to respect the Chadwick Boseman's legacy and the character's legacy and the all the people, his friends and family, and the cast and directors and crew he would have worked with. So just going to finish up on this. I'm guessing this is going to be just under $300. I reckon around the $285 mark, something like that. What does it come with? Bunch of swap out hands. The base, I think I heard on Collecting Weekly that these actually slide up and down. That's a nice touch if that's true. You actually slide them over. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Or maybe I misheard there. So you've got these kind of blasters that he has, or she has, that they have. And then the spear, I think that's cool. Be posing with that would look great. This looks fantastic. And a head sculpt, so, and kudos to Hot Toys. I think Lego are notorious for spoiling things with their toys because they come out before, spoiling movies with the toys they release before the movies. But Hot Toys, in fairness, they hold off on some key pieces of accessories or head sculpts so as to not spoil the film. So I'm guessing this is around $300. Am I going to get it? I don't know. I got to see the movie first. If I love the movie, this could be an easy pickup. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram and follow me on, what's the other one? Yeah, at Twitter. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.